Hello and welcome. Today we're going to unbox this security camera. It's an A9 HD battery IP camera, and let's zoom out and take a little look at this. Here we go. And it's purportedly HD. It's made in China, and there's a transparency app which can be scanned. So let's scan down to opening this box. And here's what's inside. The box took a little damage. We opened up, put that aside. There's a warranty. Activate within 7 days. We'll put that aside. And there's a little brochure. The brochure is fine print. We'll take a look at that in a second. A cable, looks like a charging cable or a connecting cable. One side's an HDMI and the other side is a micro USB. A little stand that sticks to a wall and a connector right here. And the camera itself. To provide some indication of how small or large this camera is, for those of you in the US, here's a dollar bill, and that's how small the camera is. For those outside the US, here's a tape measure, and we can see, oops, it's the wrong way. We can see that this is about, 35 millimeters. It seems to be about the width. I hope that's helpful. Let's take a look at the instruction manual. There's a user guide, some guide about what you need to do before you use it, how the buttons operate, and the mobile app installation guide. So the first step here asks that we charge the battery for 3 hours. Well, we should have said that the charging, we use this cable here. So we'll take this cable out, and this end will go into a standard USB holder, and this will go in here. Here we go. There we are, it's plugged in. We'll go charge this and be right back. While the camera is charging, let's take a look at the brochure. It says right here that the camera should be charged for 3 hours. And then it says reset the camera after charging and turning on the camera. And to reset it, press the mode button for 5 seconds and the red indicator will flash quickly after the release of the button. Then format the SD card and insert it. We're going to skip the SD card part. There are no speakers and the camera is 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi only. Here it outlines what each of the buttons will do and what the lights indicate. And then when we look at the rest of this document, we don't see anywhere where the buttons are labeled, a clear indication of where each button is. So that's one thing to keep in mind. We'll go ahead and as soon as the battery is charged, set it up and see how it performs. On the plus side, the charging is complete. Some of the issues were when you look at the side, the slots are labeled. That's where the micro SD goes. That's the mode button. There are 2 little holes here, and these holes are where the lights are, the on-off button, and that's the full selection. The only challenge we had is when we plugged this in to charge, the light did not come on as the instructions had outlined. Now they say when we press that on-off button, a red light should flash. So here we go, one flash, and there it is. And then we press the mode button for 5 seconds and there should be a flashing light to indicate that it's been reset. And nothing's happened. However, sometimes the lighting doesn't work, so we'll go ahead with the testing and the connections to the app on the phone. To download the app, I use this link here, and that activates a QR code and takes you to the site to complete the download and the install. Despite several attempts to turn on, here we go, one click, and the light flashes. And searching on the phone for the Wi-Fi outlined here, there has been no luck. So this may be a defective unit. We'll send it back, and if they send a new one, then we will try this again. But keep in mind that the instructions are tiny, but it might be just a defective device as opposed to a problem with the camera. So that concludes this video.